What are some pitfalls to avoid in switching students from solo to group lessons? A pitfall to avoid would be, one, don't ask your student families what they want to do. Just tell them you're doing it. Two, there's two ways of doing a switchover. You either do a hard switchover where you force people into it, or there's a soft switchover where you kind of make a really attractive offer, you do really attractive copy about it, and then you kind of put that out there and then let people respond to it. I guess that isn't a pitfall. That's a way to avoid a pitfall potentially, depending on how hard-nosed you want to be about it. Another pitfall to avoid would be, depending on how you're doing the group lessons, the format switch will probably be challenging for students, and you should prepare them in advance for a disruption in their normal experience. Here's what I mean by that. Of course, we're disrupting their normal experience. They're coming to a different format, but it isn't always evident how the change in format will affect the change in education. And so it could be that it feels slightly harder for them for 4 to 8 weeks. Well, that could be enough to make people quit. And so what you'd want to do is prep them in advance and let them know that if things feel different in the way they're practicing or how they're learning, that's okay. That's the reason why we did this. Here's these benefits we're going to get. Temporarily, there might be a few drawbacks such as A, B, and C, but that's okay. That's just a sign that we've made a change. You'll find in kind of a new rhythm. So just preparing people in advance by thinking ahead of what their experience might be in the new format and the disruptions it would cause, so that people are expecting it. And when they expect it, the same thing could happen to two different people. But for the person that's expecting it, it'll just be totally normal. For the person who's not, it'll feel like a shock, and shocks aren't usually good for business. So those are a couple things I would say in terms of pitfalls to avoid.